Good morning to all. I am Sakshi Sharma from NIT Pharmacy Institute. Today I will teach you about the general principles and the treatment of the poisons. Now, what are the general principle of the poisons? The variety of the potential adverse effect and the diversity of the chemical in the environment makes the toxicology and a wide broad science. There are various type of several fields of toxicology, including the environmental, such as the example the air and the water pollution, economic like some of the food additives or the pesticides, legal forensic regulation of emission and the additives, laboratory analytical testing for the chemicals, and the biomedical like toxicity of the drug used to treat the disease in the humans and the animals. Now, and the general principle of the toxic effect of the chemicals are for the most part the same as the principle of the therapeutic effect of the drug. Some of the general principle in the treatment of intentional and accidental poisoning are major medical problem. Every natural and synthetic chemicals can causes the injury if the dose is high or enough. Okay. General principle in the treatment of poison, the single most important treatment of the poison patient is the supportive care. Provide the airway support and the ventilation and support the, if any of the patient it is suffering from any kind of the poison, we can produce the immediate action or we can produce the emergency treatment for to that individual, so that they may not produces any kind of the fatal effect to the patient. We can provide the airway support, provide the ventilation, proper ventilation can be given to that patient, and we will support the blood pressure if the blood pressure is rising or blood pressure is down, low, the patient blood pressure is low, we can produce the immediate we can give the immediate action to that patient, so that it will come to that normal condition. Toxicology screens of the blood or the urine take time and rarely changes therapy. There are various kind of therapy which can be used for treating various kind of the toxicological effects in the patient. Now, the general principle in which we have to study to reduce the absorption in the alert relative asymptomatic patient, use we can use the activated charcoal. Activated charcoal, it is a absorbent, it is used as a absorbent. Okay, during any kind of gastric lavage, or if any kind in any individual they are consuming any kind of the poison, these activated charcoals they can be given to the patient, so that these activated charcoal they have an absorbent nation, they can absorb all the poison, and they are widely used. These activated charcoal absorption in an alert relatively asymptomatic patient in which there is no symptoms can be seen. Three procedures are widely used. There are various these three procedures are widely used for reducing the poison in the animal, to reduce the absorption of poison from the GI tract. If there is any kind of poisons in the GI tract, we can use these three procedures, like including the emesis, vomiting, gastric lavage, and activated charcoal. I have told you earlier that this is a activated charcoal, this is a very good absorbent, they can absorb all the poison in the GI tract. And the second one is the emesis. Emesis means the vomiting हम करवा सकते हैं इंडिविजुअल्स को. ओके, गैस्ट्रिक लेवेज इट इज़ ऑल्सो यूज फॉर रिड्यूसिंग और फॉर eliminating all the poison from the body in the GI, especially in the GI tract. Sorry. To be effective, these emesis must be induced within 1 hour of injection, and it works best if induced within 5 minutes of injection. If the individual they are taking the poison, these activated charcoals or these emesis they can be induced within the 1 hour. After if they are and taking the poison, so in the period of 1 hour this is present in the GI tract itself. So after vomiting, the poison they can be eliminated from the GI tract, and then we can admit that person in the individual in the hospital. Okay, and it work best if induced within the 5 minutes to the injection. After 5 minutes they are very much useful. These emesis and these gastric lavage and the activated charcoal, they may produces the best effect during this after these 5 minutes of the injection. And to reduce the absorption in an alert, relatively asymptomatic patient, we can use the activated charcoal, which I have already told you. Okay, and the three procedures are widely used for the absorption is the this I have told you induces MSS, gastric lavage, and the activated charcoal. Now the general principle in the reaction of poison, these are the general principle. After that we can immediately the procedures which we can apply in the home for preventing the poison to so that it will not get into the bloodstream, because if the poison will go to the bloodstream, it will get circulated throughout the body. So before entering into a bloodstream, what are the home remedies which we are taken for eliminating these poison in from the body? So these are the some of the home remedies like MSCs, activated charcoals, and these gastric lavage. So methods for treatment, some of the methods for treating the poisons are like the stabilization, like evaluation, decontamination, poison elimination, antidote administration, nursing, and psychiatric cares. Stabilization, we can stabilize by treating the poison. We can evaluate how much the effect of the poison can be seen in that individual, so that we can take, firstly we can take some of the home action in that individual, so that it will get eliminated, and after that we can admit the patient to the hospital. Then decontamination, poison elimination, some of the antidotes are already present in the market, so that these antidote they will easily help to eliminate these chemicals or these poisonous substances from the body. Nursing and psychiatric cares, these are very much common, we have all seen these nursing and the psychiatric cares in the hospitals itself. Stabilization, first of all we are talking about the stabilization. Stabilization in which the initial survey, first of all if any of the individuals are taking the poison, first of all the stabilization means the initial survey should be coming into the account. Okay, initial survey should always be directed at the assessment. We have to assess what are the observation which are seen and what are the various behavioral changes can be seen in the patient after taking the poison. Okay, we have to survey all the things. After the survey we are giving the drugs, or we are giving some of the treatment to the patient. Initial survey should taken into the account. Initial survey should always be directed at the assessment and the correction of the life threatening problem. Attention must be paid if any of the individual they are mainly taken the poison and there is a suffocation will be occur. So we can easily produces the ventilations to that, so that the proper oxygen can be taken by these patients, and they will the maximum effect can be reduced. Okay, attention must be paid to the airways, breathing, circulation, and depression of the CNS, general principle in the reaction of poisoning and the common drug poisoning. Airway and proper airway and breathing can be given to the patient. Symptom of airway, if the patient there is a airway obstruction like dysphonia, air hunger, and the hoarseness, the signs are the intercostal and the substernal retraction, the sweating, and the tachyphonia conditions can be seen in the patient. There is an increasing metabolic acidosis in the patient of the normal PaO2 suggests there is a toxin or the condition that may either decrease the oxygen carrying capacity, example carbon monoxide. Some of the poison, if the individual is working in any kind of the industry or company and they are using the carbon monoxide gas, and if they can inhale these carbon monoxide, the immediate action can be taken for accounting for preventing these symptoms. Okay, reduce the tissue oxygen, cyanide, general principle in the reaction and the poisoning of the common drug poisoning. Assisted ventilation indication, this is the assisted ventilation condition can be given to the patient. The immediately need for assisted ventilation has to be assessed clinically, but the efficiency of the ventilation can only be gauged by measuring the blood gases. Measuring the blood gases levels, we can easily give the ventilation to the patient. Retention of the carbon dioxide, if the PaCO2 level is more than 45 msg, so immediate ventilation can be given to the patient. Hypoxia hypoxia means when there is a decrease in the oxygen demand. When there is a decrease in the oxygen demand in the patient, hypoxia condition means PaO2 is more than the 70, is less than the 70 mmSg in spite of oxygen being given by the face mask. General principle in reaction of poison in the common drug poison. Okay. Now the circulatory failure management, like correct acidemia if present, elevate food end of the bed, insert a large bore peripheral IV line 16 gauge or larger, or we can easily administer the fluid. We can easily given the fluid to the patient. The challenge of 200, we can easily given the 200 ml of saline to the patient. Then we have to observe for improvement. What are the improvement can be seen in the patient after giving these management to the patient. Okay. Improvement in the blood pressure over the 10 minutes. After the 10 minutes we are measuring the blood pressure of that individual. Repeat the fluid bolus if BP, if the BP fails in that individual, we can give the repeated fluid bolus to the individual to normalize the BP and to assess for the sign of the fluid overload. In patient who do not respond to the initial, some of the patient who do not respond to the fluid challenges, initial fluid challenges, we have to clearly monitor the central venous pressure. The venous pressure, we have to monitor the venous pressure of that individual, and early, and the urinary output, how much the urinary output of the patients can be seen. Okay. We have to monitor all these things while giving the management, or while giving the any kind of antidote for correcting the circulatory failure. Okay. Vasopressor of the choice induce dopamine or norepinephrine. Obtain an ECG in the hypotensive patient and note the rate, rhythm, antiarrhythmia and the conduction delays. Now the cardiac arrhythmia. If the patient is in the cardiac arrhythmia condition, the lignocaine, this is a very important drug categories. Lignocaine and amiodarone, they are the generally a first line category drugs for the stable monomorphic ventricular tachycardia. If the patient have comes through the tachycardia condition, these lignocaine and the amiodarone, they are generally the first line agent for stabilizing these ventricular tachycardia condition in that patient, and particularly in the PTS with underlying impaired the cardiac function. Second one is the unstable rhythm require cardioversion. Atropines may be used which serve bradycardia. If bradycardia is present, the atropines can be used in that patient. Evaluation, what are the evaluating parameters for these patient is then in all those poison patient, in all the poison patient where there appears to be no immediate crisis or detail or through clinical examination should be made with a special reference to the detection and treatment of the following abnormalities, like hypothermia when there is a decrease in the temperature, hyperthermia when there is increase in the temperature, when there is a acid base disorders, acid base electrolyte disorders can be seen. Okay. Convulsion or the electrolyte disturbance when we are providing, and because we all know that all drugs have some of the side effects in the patient. So while we are giving for treating these poison to the individual with these drugs, we have to evaluate the proper, they are these patients are under the proper observation. So these conditions can be seen in that patient. Decontamination, this is the with reference to the skin, when there is a decongestion in the eye become the redness, there is a redness in the eye may be occur, and get evacuation and administer of the activated charcoal. I irrigate copiously for at least 15 to 20 minutes with a normal saline or water. Do not use any acid or alkaline solution. These are the general principle for the decontamination. When there is a contamination in the eye, when there is a redness in the eye will be causes. Okay. Now after that, the skin, the cutaneous absorption, we have seen that while using any kind of the drugs, there is a allergic reactions can be seen, or there is a anaphylactic reactions can be seen with these drugs. So cutaneous absorption is a common occurrence, especially with refer to the industrial and the agriculture substances. The farmers and they are mainly using various kind of the chemicals for their products. So they may produce their body get altered with these chemicals. Some of the allergic reactions can be seen in these farmers. So the agriculture substances such as phenol, like some of the phenol substances, hydrocyanic acid, aniline, organic metallic compound, some of the organophosphorus जैसे compounds जो होते हैं हमारे, phosphorus, and some of the pesticide. These are the following measures to be taken to minimize the absorption, so that they will not get absorbed into the skin, in the cutaneous, and they will not produces any kind of the allergic reaction or any kind of the anaphylactic reactions to the farmers or to any kind of the other agriculture some individuals. The following measures should be taken into the account to minimize the absorption of these drugs. The corroded area should be irrigated copiously with water. If there any of the body parts, they will come in the contact with any kind of the allergic substances or any kind of the organophosphorus substances, these individual, they will immediately wash that part with the water or any kind of the saline at least for the 15 minutes, so with that they will not produce any kind of vigorous effect in that part. Okay, removal all the contaminated, if their clothes are coming into that contact, they will immediately remove their clothes and cover it with the clean bed sheet, so with that it will not produce any kind of the drastic effect or the allergic or anaphylactic reactions in the body. Now the gut, the various methods for the poison removal from the gastro. There are various methods by which we can easily eliminate these poison from the gut, from the gastrointestinal tract, like the I have told you that the emesis, gastric lavage, catharis, this is also important. Activated charcoal, this is also important method. Okay, whole bowel irrigation, this is one of the method for eliminating all the poison from the gut. From the gastrointestinal tract we can easily eliminate all the poison. These are some of the method. Emesis, the only recommended, the first method which we are coming, this is the emesis, this is the only recommended method for inducing a poisoned patient to vomit. I have told you that we can easily vomit the poison, okay, so that it will come out and the patient to vomit is administered of the syrup. If the patient is taking any individual is taking any kind of the poison, we can easily give the ipecac, syrup of ipecac. They may produce the emesis effect to the patient, and these poison they can easily eliminated or they can easily emit out from the body. In the recent years, owing to doubts being raised as of its actual efficacy and safety, currently consensus that the syrup of ipecac, they must not be used. These syrup of at the later stages, these we can find that these syrups of ipecac, they should not be used except in the justicable circumstance, during some of the circumstances in which we have to use this ipecac. Otherwise, these ipecac should not be used. Okay, indication, the conscious and the alert poison patient who have ingested a poison not more than 4 to 6 hours earlier, they can be given the ipecac. Now the gastric lavage, this is the second method for emitting all the poison from the body. Gastric lavage should not be employed routinely in the management of the they cannot be employed routinely in a manner for the management of these poison patients. There is no certain evidence that it improves the outcome. We don't have any kind of the evidence that these gastric lavage they may help to eliminate the poison from the body. We don't have any kind of evidence, while the fact that it can causes significant morbidity indisputable. Okay, lavage should be considered only if a patient has ingested a life threatening amount of a poison and present to the hospital within 1 to 2 hours. After 1 to 2 hours of the ingestion, the gastric lavage can be given to the patient. and the level should be considered only if the patient has ingested a life threatening amount of, if the patient is consuming any kind of a poison which is very much life threatening, these gastric levels they can be used within a 1 to 2 hours after injection, after injecting the poison by the individual, within a time period, within a period of 1 to 2 hours before the injection, these gastric levels can be given and they may produces the effect, and they will eliminate the poison from the body. Catharsis, it is a means for the purification, it is mainly means for the purification. They can be achieved, these catharitis they can be achieved by purging the gastrointestinal tract, particularly in the bowel area, and they can be recommended, these drugs, these catharitis can be recommended through the saline catharitics can be given, like magnesium citrate can be given, magnesium sulfate and sodium sulfate. Activated charcoals are also given to the patient for eliminating the poison from the body. A number of studies has documented clearly that the efficacy of these activated charcoals as a source of decontamination, the measure of ingested poison and decrease the absorption. They are also used, these activated charcoal they may also use for decreasing the absorption of various kind of the poison by absorbing that on its surface. They can be used for absorbing the poison in the GI tracts. Elimination, the various methods of eliminating the absorbed poison from the body include the following. We can use the forced diuresis can be given, diuretics, we all know diuretics are the drugs which are mainly used to eliminate the water or other type of iron salt. So we can force the diuresis they can be used to eliminate the poison. Second one is the hemodialysis conditions, like extra corporeal techniques can be given for eliminating the poison from the body, like hemodialysis, like hemoperfusion can be given, peritoneal dialysis can be given, hemofiltration, plasma pheresis and the plasma perfusion. These are some of the methods for eliminating the poison from the body through with the means of the extracorporeal techniques. Antidote, these are very important. Antidote administration can be given, there for every poison there is a specific antidote can be given, so that these the poison effect can be reduced and they can be easily eliminated out from the body. So in majority of the cases of acute poisoning, that all that is required is an intensive supportive therapy can be given, in which we can come into the account with the antidotes. For specific antidotes are rarely necessary, beside the fact that only a few genuine antidotes exist in the actual practice. In the actual practice, some of the antidotes which are coming in the marketed, they can be used for eliminating the poison from the body, and there is no denying the to result that they can be achieved with some of them with the appropriate circumstances. These are some of the antidotes for the common poisoning. First one is the acetaminophen. These are the antidote is NAC and acetylcysteine. Anticholinergic, if there is a anticholinergic poisonings can be seen in the patient, the antidotes which are given to the patient is the physostigmine. Physostigmine can be given to the patient for eliminating the anticholinergic effect in the patient. Anticoagulant, if the patient is suffering from the warfarin poisoning or coumarin or heparin poisoning, like vitamin K. For the warfarin, the vitamin K, it is an antidote, and for heparin, the protamine sulfate, it is an important antidote which can be given for eliminating the poison or for eliminating the some of the heparin containing poison from the body. Benzodiazepine poisoning, like some of the supportive cares. Flumazenil, it is an important antidote for the benzodiazepine. Beta blockers and botulism, the botulism antitoxins can be given. Beta blockers like glucagon, it is a very important antidote which is mainly used for eliminating the beta blockers, for eliminating some of the poison related to the beta blockers. Calcium channel blockers, calcium related calcium related drugs can be given as an antidote for calcium channel blockers or calcium producing poisons, or cholinergic, if there is any kind of poison through the cholinergic, like through these antidote like atropine, pralidoxin in the organophosphorus. If the organophosphorus overdose can be seen in the patient, if the patient is taking the maximum dose of these drugs, these atropine and the pralidoxins can be given to the patient. Now the another is the carbon, in the carbon monoxide poisoning, the antidotes which are given in the oxygen, hyperbaric oxygen, cyanide, amyl nitrate, sodium nitrate, sodium thiosulfate, hydroxycobalamines, antidotes can be given for eliminating the poison. Digoxin poison sorry, digoxin fab antibodies can be given in the iron poison. This is desferrioxamine can be given, it is a antidote for the iron poisoning. Isoniazid poisoning, pyridoxines can be given as an antidote. Lead poisoning, bal, EDTA, BMSA, these are given. और मेथग्लोबिनेमिया कंडीशंस के लिए हम लोग मेथिलीन ब्लू कैन बी गिवन टू द पेशेंट. ओपियोइड्स poisoning, the opioids antagonist naloxone can be given as an antidote. Toxic alcohol, ethanol drip, dialysis, experimental trials underway on the enzyme inhibitors can be given to eliminate the poison from the individual. And some of the tricyclic antidepressant drugs, if they are producing the poison into the individual, sodium bicarbonate as an antidote or an antagonist can be given. So I hope you all get the knowledge about the general principles of the poisons. Thank you so much.